Welcome to That's My Biz, the Internet Business Showcase, where we bring exposure to products, services, and special causes of local businesses and organizations. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live from the BizLinks TV studio. Brought to you by Southeast Computers, repairs, upgrades, custom builds, and restorations. SoutheastComputersATL.com. Hi everyone, I'm Pamela Alexander, your host, and welcome to another episode of That's My Biz, where we love to bring to you the wonderful businesses, organizations, and nonprofits that we meet when we're out there networking. I have with us another wonderful guest, Mr. Ryan Flanagan with Piton Interactive LLC. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Pamela, for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are really excited to share. I'm telling you, we meet a lot of great businesses. So this isn't something I'm just saying, and you'll see that when you watch our other shows, but we meet some unique businesses as well. And Piton Interactive is something that we saw that we really want to make sure that we bring to you and share with you. But to tell you a little bit about them, they're online reputation management and customer satisfaction advisors. It's a mouthful, but what you get out of it is a lot. So they help business owners understand the importance of being visible online, something we all need to know about and learn how to do more effectively. They help them ensure accuracy of those listings to increase that online visibility and customer traffic to their locations. Very important. They also improve and market that reputation online by increasing customer satisfaction through their easy to use, easy to measure, on location solution. And they do even more about reputation management, and we'll get into that. But first, I want to get started with just talking about why do we need to measure customer satisfaction in the first place?
Customer satisfaction is very important because the consumer is king, and so without understanding the mindset of your customers, then you really have no way to manage effectively the understanding of where your business is in relation to your competition.
Okay.
So ultimately, we provide that solution through Happy or Not, which is one of our solutions here that really allows that to be so much easier of a process.
Okay. And then Happy or Not, as you all can see, that we have behind us is a very interesting, I guess we would call it a tool that businesses can use?
It's a service device. So basically the device itself allows for the service, which is consistent customer satisfaction intelligence reporting.
Okay.
So what that provides is a very easy to use, very easy technology for folks of all ages, even seniors, for example, to be able to provide their feedback very effectively, very quickly, and where it doesn't inconvenience them. Because typically how it works is most traditional methods will basically be after the fact solutions. And as you know, we're all so very busy nowadays that it's hard for us to remember sometimes to provide that feedback. So we provide the system where it's right there on location and it's at the top of mind, and it allows them to very easily provide their feedback. And so that's how effective it is. It's just so effective.
So, and because oftentimes what we see, and when you all think about customer satisfaction, what first comes to mind is when you leave a restaurant or a store now, and because the cashier makes sure they tell you and they circle it, and here's an opportunity to give your feedback and go in a drawing or something like that.
Exactly.
And then we stick it in our purses or bags, and then we have to remember to actually do it, because I often want to.
And we're very busy. I mean, life just pulls us in all sorts of different directions. So it's not that we don't want to give feedback, and a lot of customers do want to give feedback, but it's just the remembering, or sometimes they may not know where to go or how to provide that feedback. And what happens also is that when you do get online feedback, it's most of the time based on extremes. So you'll get either very happy folks or very unhappy folks, and you're not really getting the 80% of your client base that is the average customer that is really who you want to be hearing from on the day to day.
Okay, and then to get more specifics from that. But like you said, we want to, but we get busy. It gets stacked with all the other items, and they gave us some great service, and we want to make sure that we share that. Or you may be upset about something. So now you have, when you're leaving the location. Now tell me, what types of locations does Happy or Not work best for?
That's a great question. So any service-related industry or retail, we do great in restaurants, automotive dealerships and parts stores, healthcare, anywhere where there's a high customer footfall. And that's really what's going to position our service as the best opportunity to capture as many feedbacks as possible. Additionally, Pamela, that it provides anonymous-based feedback as well. But the
Yeah.
great thing about it is that by incorporating QR codes, we can actually provide an on-site filter to those reviews. So, for
Okay.
example, if you're rating the very green button, which is here, or the moderately green button,
Mm-hmm.
then what we want to do is drive
Okay.
online reviews. And what better way to do that than have them scan it on the QR code on their phone,
Right.
and then immediately be directed to, you know, that Yelp page or that
Okay.
kudzu page. And at the same time, if, you know, they didn't get the service right, then we can provide another QR code,
Okay.
another source,
I love that.
which allows them to maybe get a text message right there to
Okay.
alert the manager, that kind of thing,
Okay.
so they can fix it and kind of separate those happy reviews and get those posted to
Right.
generate that 5-star reputation than the negative ones.
I love this because it's immediate feedback. So you're walking out, you see this first of all, so it looks fun because you've got
It's
all
all
the
about
faces and
fun.
colors on
That's
it.
right.
Exactly. So just to be able to go and press a button is exciting. So then you can press it. So you got the extreme of you weren't happy, and then you've
Exactly.
got the you were very happy with it. But I like that added piece that you said. So now you can then scan on whichever end of the spectrum you went on and then give that feedback
Exactly.
of why you suggested
Exactly.
that.
Because a lot of the
Okay.
questions is like, well, I want to know why
Yes.
I got the review I did. And really traditional methods are not as effective because
Yeah.
what'll happen is they want to ask the moon and the stars and everything.
Yes.
and what happens is it becomes an inconvenience for that person because it's a time commitment that they have to provide.
Right.
And so this allows that individual to make the decision, but it is more immediate.
Right.
And so you are going to go from typically less than 1% of your client base providing you that day-to-day feedback to, in a retail environment, we found anywhere between 20 to 30% of your entire client base. So that's powerful on the
That
day-to-day.
really is. That
It
really is. So now, because definitely getting that feedback is important because you need to know what areas you need to improve in, what areas are going great, and you should do more of it. So let's talk about once they've got this data. First of all, let me ask, how do they get the data?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So we're all about fun and ease of technology,
Okay.
but really what it comes down to is the reporting.
Okay.
So we provide weekly and monthly reports
Okay.
through email, but we also provide our users a portal that they can access on the day-to-day because really the power behind this is in the transparency of the data. We encourage a lot of our clients to share the data on the day-to-day with their teams and their staff because if they're on board with where they are, then they're going to be that much more motivated, more or less, to want to provide that superior customer quality, service quality. And so that's what it's all about, is being able to access that data quickly and easily. So it's very powerful reporting. It actually runs on wireless 3G system. So it's not Wi-Fi based,
Okay.
but it's self-powered. It doesn't need to be plugged into the wall, so you don't have to
The
expend
geek in
any.
me.
Yep, you don't have
Yeah.
to expend any energy. You know, oh, where am I going to find a plug? You know, that
Right,
kind of
right.
thing. So, and the batteries run for about 2 years on each
Wow.
device.
That's
so,
what I was wondering. The geek in me was wondering. I'm like, I don't see it connected to anything. How are they getting this information? So they get this information. They're able to then get more feedback from that and then start making some changes. So tell me about what are some of the results and some of the experiences your customers have shared with you about using the Happy or Not versus what they were doing before?
Definitely great question. So we have we have many clients. Actually, we're in 40 countries
Okay.
all over the world. We've got over 1,500 clients, and we've got about 12,000 service devices.
Okay.
But many of our clients have found immediate improvements, basically within 3 to 6 months. Or less.
Okay.
And so, because really what it's coming down to is before they couldn't manage what they weren't measuring, but
Right.
because they're measuring it every single
Yeah.
day, and they also have multiple locations in most
Okay.
cases. So what has happened is they've been able to effectively target their resources to more individualized locations so
Okay.
that they don't have to provide a blanket solution for
Okay.
their entire organization, which is
Right.
costly. It's
Right.
very costly. And our service, think of it as almost like a crystal ball where they can see exactly what's going on with their business right then. So that's why we love this solution, and that's why I'm sharing it with you.
That is
today.
fantastic. So now, how do businesses get involved with this? Kind of just, I know not necessarily price points, but how do they get started in bringing Happy or Not to their locations?
That's a great question. So basically how we normally work with our clients is we want them to see it in their environment. We want them to understand how the data works, and we provide the training around that in order for them to be successful with it. So what that incorporates is typically a 2-month pilot program. And we do a mid-pilot consultation. So we'll sit down with them, we'll review the data, and we'll show them exactly their areas of opportunity, if you will, and help them understand why they may have had potentially more negative feedbacks for those particular time points. So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that is fantastic. And it makes perfect sense, because you've got to do something to implement it for a period of time to get the results. You can't just do it for a couple of weeks and go, oh, it didn't work for me.
Exactly. It's all about trends over time and measuring trends over time. And that's the reason why that one question is so effective. And we have clients that have actually never changed the question. They've had it since 2009. They want to know, please rate our overall client experience, because that incorporates so many things. I mean, if you're having a very good customer experience, then you're more likely to refer business. You're more likely to, come again, and so many other things. But we do have the opportunity to change out the question, and we work with our clients to create a survey plan. So we give them the understanding that they do want to measure it over a certain amount of time, and typically you're looking at least 1 to 2 months per survey, so it gives that ample time. But it really depends on our, the needs of our clients.
Now, we met at a conference, and I just thought that was the coolest thing to have at a conference, too, because you want to get feedback there. What other applications have you seen it being used in? Or is conferences the primary thing outside of in a location?
Well, we've actually, believe it or not, we've actually used it for employee monitoring as well. So, for example, one of our global partners reached out to LinkedIn. Of course, we all know LinkedIn, and they're using it to monitor policy changes with their employees. So we really focus mainly on customer satisfaction, but I've also used it for attendee satisfaction, and we have opportunities where we can help with larger events and that kind of thing here in the area, as well as the employees and their understanding of different policy changes.
So this is good. So now tell everyone how they can contact you so they can learn more about obtaining Happy or Not.
Yes, definitely. Look for us at www.Piton, Piton, interactive.com, all one word, Piton Interactive, or you can give us a call at 678-802-8978.
Good. So now we know we've got the Happy or Not, and that's kind of physical in their location. But we also talked about online reputation management. Tell me a little bit more about how you work with businesses from the online reputation management side of it.
Certainly. So it's all about having a point in which to reference from. We all need a starting point. So how that works is that we provide a solution that really helps a business owner understand exactly how they're being seen online, and that's through multiple different windows. So you're looking at how visible are they on their directory sites, how accurate are those listings, where are other companies or resources online talking about their business, is it positive, is it negative, what about social, so basically helping them track their competition social page activity, social network activity versus their own, so they can see exactly who has more followers, and they can track that, and we provide all of that information for them. And then by combining it with Happy or not only are they now able to see their online reputation, but we're driving more 5-star reviews through this funnel, basically, this tool. So.
Now, and I know, and I hear a lot of, the clients are around kind of the retail, restaurant, all of that, and we're talking about the online reputation management. How does it compare? Because I know most of our viewers are probably familiar with like Google Analytics, and we do a lot of training on that. But so how does it compare? How is it different than just applying like Google Analytics?
As far as the Happy or Not solution, in the reporting, we provide what is called a Net Promoter Score, and that basically assesses the data of the quality of the satisfaction from the days before it, so to speak. So it gives them an idea to really ultimately take the data, because the whole goal is for the improvement of satisfaction. So that it allows them through that data to see whether their performance for their customer satisfaction is increasing over time. It also allows for the ability to drill it down all the way to hour by hour, during the times that the business is open, and to monitor multiple different locations with the different units employed for that particular survey.
Okay. And then, so did you all work with them in helping them analyze the data that they're getting? Because now, is it a whole like system? Do they have, is it software or a dashboard they use, or how does it work?
So basically, through that online reporting portal, it's software.
Okay.
And so they would go in, we would show them exactly how to navigate the system and how to read and interpret the data, because what it's going to provide is the number of responses for a given time frame, whether you assign it for, a day, an hour, or months or years. And what we also do is we incorporate that with the number of percentages of the relative happy satisfaction levels for those particular time frames. So they can effectively measure both.
Okay, great. So now the last question I have for you on that is, what size businesses, I mean, is it something that with the online reputation management that a small business or a startup can do, or is it more of a larger or mid-sized business that would benefit more from the product?
Our sweet spot is mid to large businesses, at least with Piton. But our global partners have worked anywhere from small business all the way to enterprise level. I mean, we have many of our corporate business partners that are working with Fortune 500 companies. So, Sodexo, 3M, LinkedIn, KPMG, and a whole bunch more. But really, it runs the gamut, so long as they value customer satisfaction, because ultimately that's where they really get to understand where the return on investment for their marketing initiatives are coming from.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because for the smaller businesses, or even the micro entrepreneurs, as I like to call them, it's important to get that feedback, because that's how you become that next size business, and that's how you increase that level of your business. But it is about investing in your business, and investing especially in the data that comes out of your business.
Everything is measured nowadays.
Exactly. My favorite phrase: if you're not measuring, you're not marketing.
That's right.
So you've got to be measuring. You got to know what the results are, because how do you improve if you don't get this information?
You can't, and that's the thing, because if you're just hoping on getting online reviews without having a rhyme or reason behind it, then there's no consistency there, and you really you're not going to have a real clue. And the way business is changing, it's so fast nowadays. I mean, you'll drive by one place and it'll be there, and then the next week it may be gone. So if they're not taking those appropriate measures every single day, then the rest of the competition is going to take them out.
That's right. That's absolutely right. So definitely, you've heard many reasons why you need to make sure that you reach out to Ryan and get more information. Learn about Happy or Not. Not only do you get good information, but you can have some fun. Your visitors to your site. That's it. Can have a great time as well and talk about it. And not only that, this is a great marketing tool, because other people are going to tell other people that exist at their location. They just want to come, even if it's just to see this, right?
Certainly, definitely, definitely.
There you go. That's already
It's all
worth
about
it.
building the network, for
Exactly,
sure. So,
exactly. So I love that. One more time as well, let everyone know how they can get in touch with you and how they can find out more.
Ryan Flanagan, www.piton.interactive.com. My office number is 678-802-8978.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
Ryan.
you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We are really excited about this. I told you this is a great product. We wanted to bring this to you and let you all know about this business and everything that Ryan and his group is doing over out at Piton Interactive. Make sure that you reach out to them. Make sure that you watch this episode and share it with others as well. It is on demand at www.bizlinks.tv. You can also check us out on YouTube. Be sure to give us those thumbs up out there on YouTube. We want to hear about it. So we don't have all 4 out there on YouTube. We got the 2. So we want you to do the one that would be that dark green, which is a thumbs up.
That's right.
And give us some information. Give us feedback as well. And also, please provide any comments out there. And you can check us out on Facebook as well at facebook.com/BizLinksTV. I am Pamela Alexander, your host, and you are watching That's My Biz. And from BizLinks TV Network, remember, we want to expose your business to the world. Thank you for joining us. Today's show can be viewed on demand on our website at www.bizlinks.tv. If you are interested in having your products, services, or special cause showcased on our program, submit an inquiry to That's My Biz at bizlinks.tv. In addition, information on advertising and hosting your own show can be found on our website at bizlinks.tv.